أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Let's learn about Hal today, and inshallah we are going to compare it with mafuz that we have already learned. We learned that there are two types of sentences in Arabic language, Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Fi'liya. We learned that in Jumla Ismiya, the main components are the Mubtada and Khabar, and we have the fragments or the zarf, Jar or Majroor, Mudaf, Mudaf ilayhi, or the zarf that is related with the Khabar, and it is called as Mutalik bil Khabar. So there are three components normally you see in a Jumla Ismiya, Mubtada, that is always Rafa, and you can say it is Marifa, and the Khabar that is also in the state of Rafa, and Al Mutalik bil Khabar that can be the fragments Jar wa Majroor, Zarf, or Mudaf ilayh. Then we learned about Jumla Fi'liya. We know that it has again the three main components that we normally see: the fi'l, the file that is again the rafa in the state, the maf'ul that is the detail of a sentence of a jumla fi'liya, and it is because it is detail, it is mansoob in the state. And then we have the fragments jar, majrur, mudaf, mudaf ilayh, or the zarf. That will be not mutalik bil khabar, but it is mutalik bil fi'l in the jumla fi'liya. So for jumla ismiya, it is mutalik bil khabar. These are fragments, the idafa or the zarf, and in jumla fi'liya we have mutalik bil fi'l that has again the fragments or the mudaf, mudaf ilayh, or the zarf. So these are the main components that we see in a jumla fi'liya, fi'l, fa'il, maf'ul, that we are going to compare it with the hal that inshallah we are going to learn, and then the extra um, parts of the sentence can be zarf. Here, compare it with the Jumla Ismiya with the Fi'liya, that we have the Mubtada Khabar that is always marfu, and Mubtada is the subject. We know that it is always Marifa, and while the Khabar is the Nakira. Then we have the Fi'l, which has a file and maf'ul, or it can have a zarf. File is again always marfu, while maf'ul of the object is in the state of nasab. Then we have the zarf as well. All these in these fragments or these parts of Jumla Ismiya and Fi'liya, they are all ism, while this fail is the fail, the verb, the action. Otherwise, all these Mubtada, Khabar, Fa'il, Maf'ul, or the verb, they are all ism. So now let's have a quick recap for the Mafa'il that we have learned. We know that there are 5 types of Maf'ul, the objects of the verbs. They are in the Halat Nasab. We have these types that we learned, starting with Maf'ul Bihi, that is the direct object of Fa'il and Fa'il, and it gives answers to who and what, that is man, who, or ma, that is what. So we can say it is used as a direct object of verb. Then we have Maf'ul Fihi, and it gives answers to where and when. That is, you can say it is Mata or Aina. It gives the answers to Mata and Aina. Then we have, and it is also for Maf'ul Fihi. These are, you can see these are nouns which are used to show the time or the place of an action. And they can be Maf'ul Fihi, or they sometimes they are zarf as well, and they are in the state of nasab. Then we have maf'ul li ajlihi, or it can be called as maf'ul lahu. And this maf'ul lahu is object for aim or the purpose. That is why. Limaza. A maf'ul lahu is also you can say a verbal noun, and which is in the state of nasab, and it expresses the reason of an action of a verb. Why? That is limaza, the reason behind any action. Then we have the maf'ul mutlaq that is used, that is in the form of a masdar, and it is used for emphasis in the sentence. And we can say that this masdar usually is from the fail that is used in the sentence. So it has the same root letters normally, which the fail has. So we can say that it is the maf'ul mutlaq or in the sentence. Then we have maf'ul mahu. Normally it is used along with or accompanied by, and it is also in the state of nasab. The particle waw with the maf'ul mahu is used to give the meaning of ma'a, that is with, and the object which follows waw will be in the state of the nasab mostly. So this is all review for all that we learned for the maf'ul. Here, the examples for maf'ul bihi, we know that it is a regulation in the sentence and it is a direct object of our file. Here you can see khalaqa samawati wal arda bil haqqi. So any pronoun that is attached to a file is always maf'ul bihi, and it is in the state of nasab, and this is direct connected with the frame. So you can see خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ, so he who created the skies and the earth. Again, وَالَّذِي خَلَقَكُمْ, it is he who created you. So it is giving the answers for who and what he created and who he created. So in the same way, فَخَذَتْهُمُ الرَّجْفَةُ, so the earthquake seized them. Seized what? Seized who? Them. So this is the direct object of the verb. Then we have maf'ul fihi, which gives answers to when and where. So when and where. Fana fawqakumut, and it would also sometimes give the place and the time, like that. So here you can see we raised over you. Here over you. Where over you. قال ربي إني دعوت قومي ليلا ونهارا. My Lord, indeed I invited my people to truth night and day. When? The night and the day. So it gives answer for when and where. So it is maf'ul fihi in a sentence. Then we have maf'ul lahu, and it is also called as maf'ul li ajlihi. It is object which expresses a reason for an action. Wala taqtulu awladakum khashyata, and do not kill your children for fear. So this is giving the answer for why you're going to kill your children for fear. So it is a maf'ul lahu or li ajlihi. Then we have maf'ul mutlaq, and it is a masdar taking place in the sentence. It is used with the fail of the same time, as I mentioned that it has the same root letter. Wasafati safa, by those angels lined up in rows. Here again you can see inna fatahna, the same root letters, laka fathan. Indeed, we have given you, O Muhammad, a clear conquest or victory. So you can see this is the masdar. This is nakira, and it is maf'ul mutlaq, which has the same root letters as the fail. Then we have maf'ul mahu. It is also isim mansoob, and it comes with the waw, which comes with the meaning of ma in the sentence. And this waw is called waw maya. The object that follows waw maya will be in the state of nasab. You can see here wa arjulakum, maf'ul mahu huna wa arjulakum. See here Wamsahu birusikum wa arjulakum. Here, arjulakum is a maf'ul mahu because it is used with this waw maya. And you can go back in the detail to watch the detailed lectures in the which is already in the playlist. So let's do some era for these maf'ul. Let's see how they are written when we'll do the era. فَأَحْيَاكُمْ ثُمَّ يُمِيتُكُمْ ثُمَّ يُحْيِيكُم. And he brought you. So here, this is maf'ul bihi, then he will cause you to die. Here it is with the jumla failure, and you can see it is maf'ul here, the kum, the attached pronouns. Then he will bring you back to life. So let's see how we are going to write the i'rab for them. فَأَحْيَاكُمْ. Fa, we know that it is atifa. Ahya is faili madi, mabni. We are already familiar with the i'rab now that faili madi is mabni for mabni al-fatha, damma, and the sukun. So it is faili madi mabni al-fatha. Al-Muqaddar, because we know there's ala alif, mana min zuhriya lituazzir, because we know that here, ahya, this is the ending, which is telling us that it is lituazzir, or it is hard to pronounce. We have already learned about these terms, lituazzir and this lessical. So here, mana min zuhuriya litwazir wakum. Here is damir muttasil because it attached. Damir muttasil mabni fi mahalli nasab because it is maful bihi. So it is in the place of the nasab. Fi mahalli nasab maful bihi. We can write in the detailed version of this kum. So another way of writing this kum is, one way is damir muttasil. You can simply write damir muttasil mabni fi mahalli nasab because it is in the place of nasab. It is in the place of the detail, so it is maful bihi. Or you can say, you can just separate these this kaf and mim. Kaf here is damir muttasil mabni ala dam. You can see the dam because it is mabni, so we will not say damma, we'll say dam mabni ala dam fi mahalli nasab maful bihi. Meme, here meme, alamati jama zukur means it is showing the antum version. It is the zakur means this is muzakkar form. Wal file the mean mustatir fihi jawazan takdirhu huwa. So here jawazan, we know that jawazan means it is permissible, or that means here the outside doer. You can see an outside doer here. That is why we are using the term here, uh, this jawazan. We will also see wujuban here, that when we do the era, we normally see wujuban as well. For file the musa jawazan tadbir huwa means it's hidden and it's permissible to be hidden because huwa can have an outside doer. So because it can have an outside doer, so that is why we'll say that jawazan taqdiru huwa. Here ثم حرف في المواضيع الثلاثة. So because ahya is a faili madi and it has the file mustatir huwa. That is why jawazan is used here because we can have an outside doer here. Wajib will also see in the mudari when we'll we normally see wujuban. So inshallah, when this term will come, we'll see that as well. So ma harfiat here, this is fil mawadi as-salasa means in all these three instances. So this is harfiat. So this is how you're going to write the we are going to write the Arab. We can write them all together for this kum, or we can break down this word with kaf and meme. Meme is just a representation of that this is for muzakkar. All right, so now yuhikum is faili mudari marfu wa alamati rafi ad-damma al-muqaddara, because again we cannot see here because it is muqaddara. Ala alya listicle again, we know that listicle is used for because it is heavy on the due to the heaviness, or because of the heaviness it is used to explain why a grammatical change or adjustment is made in the word in the spelling due to the difficulty or heaviness in the pronunciation. So listicle الياء listicle والفاعل ضمير مستتر جوازا تقديره هو. Again, because we know that it is هو version, so it is جوازا means it is permissible to have an outside door, while here it is hidden. Come again, ضمير متصل مبني في محل نصب مفعول به, or we can break it down like ka ضمير متصل مبني على الضم في محل نصب مفعول به والميم علامة جمع الذكور. يميتكم again, يميت is فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. يميت, you can see الظاهرة, here it is hidden, so we are saying المقدرة, and here we are saying الضمة الظاهرة. والفاعل ضمير مستتر جوازا تقديره هو. وكم again ضمير متصل مبني في محل نصب مفعول به, or you can break it down like قاف and ميم. So this is how we are going to write the era for مفعول به in the sentences for فعل ماضي, فعل مضارع. When it is a direct object, it is مفعول به. Now there is a term which mostly we see with the maf'uls when we learn about maf'ul, and that is the hal. So what is a hal? So hal is, this is again the detail which describes the condition of the maf'ul or naive file or a file at the time of the action of the main verb. So this is what we call a hal. So let's see what is hal. It is because we are learning it with our study of maf'ul, because it is similar to other maf'ul. In you can say uh, because they both are the detail, like all the maf'ul, the mafail khamsa that we learned, because they are detailed. The uh, of the sentences. So again, hal is another detail which is in the state of nasab. So it is very important to learn to differentiate between hal and maf'ul. Again, it is as mentioned, it is describing the condition of the maf'ul naib file or the file when any action is taking place. So let's learn about hal. First thing that we learned that it describes the condition of the subject or an object at the time of the action, and it is an extra information. Without it, the sentence is still complete. It is still complete, but sometimes it's needed, because although the sentence is complete, but the meaning is incomplete, and that's when we need a hal in a sentence. Right? So it is an extra information. Without it, a sentence is complete. So the one whose condition is being described is called the Zul Hal or Sahibul Hal. And it is usually in the state of, it is proper, it is Marifa. It normally matches the Hal in number and the gender. And it can be Rafa, Nasab or Jar. But it is always, or it is usually, you see it in the state of, or it is Marifa. So remember the things about hal and sahibul hal or zul hal. That hal is a condition. It describes the condition of the subject, that is our zul hal or sahibul hal, the object at the time of when an action is taking place. It is an extra information. Without it, the sentence is still complete. But sometimes the hal is needed, because although the sentence is complete, but the meaning we see is incomplete. Now about some points to remember for hal, that it must be nakira. It must be nakira. It is common. It must matches in number and gender with sabul hal, as we learned that zul hal should match with the number and gender. And hal is mansoob because it is the detail of a sentence. So these are few points about hal that we need to remember. Let's see the example. فَخَرَجَ مِنْهَا خَائِفًا. Then he left it fearfully. So it is defining or describing the condition of a file. فخرج, he left. He left in what state? In the state of fear. Fearfully. Normally you see this Y, the ly versions for when you are translating it into English. So فخرج منها خائفا, that means in what state he left? He is left in the state of fear. So he left it fearfully. So this is how that is describing the condition of the subject in this sentence. Let's see some more examples for hal, as we learned that this is the detail which describes the condition of maf'ul. Nahw file, we know that what is nahw file, and the file at the time of an action. It can be in the state of fragment. It can be a jumla ismiya, it can be a jumla fi'liya, or it can be simply a common noun, a nakira noun in your sentence. Mostly you can see it in the middle of the sentence, in the end of a sentence. And whenever we suspect something to be hal, we'll look for using it, that what it is describing, and we know that we'll find a saibul al hal. So let's see. First example, that is the fragment. Arsalnaka bil haqqi, we sent you with truth. So here the hal is in the state of a fragment with truth. Arsalnaka, we sent you while with the truth. So arsalnaka bil haqqi, we sent you with truth. So this is our hal in the sentence, which is in the form of a fragment. For jumla ismiya, you also see a hal in when there is a waw halia, we say, and like this: La taqrabu as-salata wa antum sukara. Do not approach prayer while you are intoxicated. While you are intoxicated. So this while comes from this wow, and this is a wow halia, wow hal. Sometimes this when this wow is between the sentence, this is called wow hal, which means while. You can see here, and the second sentence is jumla ismiya, and this is the structure of the hal, and that is a jumla halia, which is a jumla ismiya in this sentence. And this wow is called a wow hal or wow halia. So do not approach prayer while you are intoxicated. So this is defining or describing the condition of the file. Hal can be jumla fi'liya as well. Let's see the example. وَأَمَّا مَنْ جَاءَكَ يَسْعَى. But as for he who came to you striving for knowledge. So, but as for he who came to you in the condition while he was striving. Yas'a. So here, wow hal, you can see, is dropped when we have a verbal sentence, a jumla fi'liya, in the following a normal sentence. So this is again the example of hal while it is jumla fi'liya. You can see the wow is dropped, wow hal is dropped here. But as for he who came to you striving. So again, this is describing the condition of the file here. A hal can be a common noun, and we see lots of examples in the Quran, and mostly it is in the end of the sentence. Like here, summa ja'alna lahu jahannama yaslaha mazmuman madhuran. Then we have made for him hell, which he will enter to burn, disgraced and banished. In what hal he is going to enter? He is going to enter the Jahannam while he is disgraced and banished. So again, this is a detail of the maf'ul bihi, or you can say we have made for him the hell where. So it is describing this maf'ul, the hal of the maf'ul, as we say that the detail, hal is a detail which describes the condition of the maf'ul sometimes, a knife file sometimes, and a file sometimes. So here it's describing the hal of the maf'ul, that he's going to enter the hell while he's disgraced and banished. And here you can see wow hal is dropped when we have a jumla failure. So, Alhamdulillah, this is a brief a description about our hal, that it is again a detail. You see it nakira, you see it as in the state of a nasab in most of the sentences. It is always nakira, it is always nasab, and it is the extra information. Without it, the sentence is still complete, but sometimes you see it because it is giving an extra information, it is giving a meaning to the incomplete sentence. Inshallah, I'll see you in the next lecture. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.